What's up, Warrior? Welcome back to Recession Proof Business Tips. We are in a series, part 4 of 5, of how to master your most important skill in your business, which is your story. So, if you missed any of the previous days, go back to the other ones, go to my YouTube, take a look at that because each of them build up upon each other. But in day 4, we're going to talk about the secret to delivering compelling stories. If you've ever wondered about how the masterful storytellers do it, have you ever seen somebody that was just able to deliver a story that captured your heart? That was just able to get you inspired? That was just able to help you to take action? And have you ever wondered, how do I get that? Is it that there's some people are natural storytellers and some aren't? Or is it that it's a learned skill? And I will tell you today that after much work and much research and being somebody that never could tell a story, first of all, being a guy, guys typically don't tell stories, but also just not being someone that was sociable or a good communicator, I know how to tell a story now. And you can as well too. So I want to talk about a couple of essential points here. Now, if you missed any of the previous days, we've talked about the importance of stories. Facts tell, stories sell. We've talked about the framework of before, then, and now. We've talked about diving into the pain points and the emotional points so that people can relate with you. But how do you actually deliver it now where it's compelling? I want to give you some tactical things here on presentation style because I was not born a great communicator and no one is. But if you would like to be a better communicator, comment me below. If you believe bettering communication is going to be good, it's going to be great. Okay. So, how do you make them compelling? Well, the first thing is this is that compelling stories don't just happen. They don't. In fact, the best storytellers in the world, the best speeches in the world, the ones that convert the most, I'm going to tell you a secret. It was practiced over and over and over and over again. One of my speaking mentors, her name is Deanna Latson. She was a professional speaker, paid tens of thousands of dollars for a speech. And what was incredible is when I watch her speak, is that she always has notes with her. And she delivers some of the best keynotes in the world. It captures your heart, it captures your attention. She's spoken with tens of thousands of people at one time. Every single time I noticed that she had notes on her. You know what she does? She drills and she practices and she gets really good at them. So when you have your story, the real secret to making sure that you deliver them in a compelling way is practice. Now, I know that sounds lame and I know that sounds boring. I know that might kind of pop the mystique out of this, but storytelling is a skill set. Hey, Valerie, how are you? Glad you can make it on here. Storytelling is a skill set. So take your skill, take your story, your before, your then, and your now, and script it out. This is only 2 to 3 minutes. And what I want you to do is literally record yourself. Now, I know you might think my face feels weird, my voice sounds weird. I don't know. It sounds like I don't like to hear myself. Does anyone feel that way at all? I definitely felt that way in the beginning. But it's the only way to truly make sure that you get good at storytelling. Because you know what makes good storytelling? It's not that the story's amazing. It's that you can imagine the impact that it's going to have on your audience before you even tell it. The best communicators in the world aren't great communicators because they sound fancy, because they sound great. It is weird, right? They're the best communicators because they know who they're talking to and they can imagine how they will respond when they communicate. The only way to get good at that is repetition. So take your story, 2 to 3 minutes, and challenge yourself to literally record yourself speaking into the camera or something. From there, it definitely helps. From there, replay it and watch it as if you were the prospect. Watch it as if you were the audience and be critical on yourself. You might notice a couple things. Number one, you might notice that when you actually communicate, it might not exactly make sense the way that you want it to make sense. Each of us in our own minds, we think that we appear and we talk a certain way. But when you actually replay the tapes, I noticed, for example, that I might skip some sentences. I might skip some words. I'm like, oh, that actually didn't click. That didn't have the impact that I wanted to. Or maybe you notice that there's certain crutch words that you keep on saying that are so distracting that it distracts your prospect from even paying attention to your story. Maybe as you're hearing your story, you think to yourself, man, I said it this way, but it didn't draw the impact that I wanted. So next time, maybe I can say it this way. And also, you want to look at your features. You're going to look at how you come across. Maybe you notice you have a frown on your face the entire time. Maybe you have what's known as the RBF, the resting bee face. I used to have an RBF. These things, when you're in the frame, you can't see the picture. But the best in the world, they review the tapes. So go record yourself. You scripted out your story, record yourself, and I'll tell you this, it's probably going to be bad at first, okay? Anything great starts bad. Take the notes, and then what do? Do it again. Do it again. Record yourself again with the notes. Listen to it again. Be like, all right, what about this time? Did it impact the right way? Was it compelling? If I was a negative person in the audience, would it compel me? If not, take the note. How do you tune it? You're literally imagining your audience and how they're going to respond before you even go in front of a live audience. So take those notes in again, record yourself again, and do this over and over and over and over again until you say to yourself, this now is something that would be compelling. If this makes sense, comment me below. This is how you get good. It's in practice. It's in private. What you practice in private will be rewarded in public. So you practice and practice and practice and practice and practice. And then you know what you do? The next part of delivering your story, do it somehow in a live setting. Do a live video. Call someone and communicate with them. Share it with your friend. And then see, did that have the impact that I wanted it to have? If it did, awesome. If it didn't, go back to the drawing board. Another note, when you have your story down, get some good feedback from it. Get some other people that can actually speak life into you, constructive feedback, and be like, hey, I just crafted this story. What do you think about it? My best stories, the way that I got really good at my communication was I reviewed the tapes. I did it over and over and over again. But then I got feedback from people that I trusted their opinion of. I just recently made a news story for myself. I put it together like a little promo reel. It's like a 2-minute story about myself. And the way I did that is I first had my draft, but then I ran it by my wife. My wife is very good at being critical in a positive way. And I'd accept open criticism. In fact, the first version was butchered like crazy. It looked like it was diced up like crazy. If it was in school, it would have all types of red marks. But she gave me feedback that was really constructive. And I took it back to the drawing board. And then I put another edition together. And then I drilled and I drilled and I drilled and I drilled. And I shared it. Valerie said that's one way to talk to a prospect without them knowing their prospect. Absolutely. You can ask, I'm practicing my skill, Valerie. Can I share something with you? And can I get your feedback on it? You know what's great? They'll hear it. And if you're selling something, if they're interested in what it is you're selling, they might actually say, yes, I did that. I'm launching a book right now. And I put together a script. I put together a site. And I asked a friend, I said, hey, I'm putting together this new thing. Can I get your feedback on it? After they looked at the feedback, they gave me good feedback, but they're like, you know what? I'm actually going to buy that too. Great. So this is a great way to start to sharpen up your skill sets to deliver compelling stories. And the secret is practice. The secret is feedback. The secret is repetition. But when you do this, you will then sharpen your communication skill and your delivery skill to the point that it doesn't matter if it's for your 2 to 3 minute story. You can do this for a 15-minute call. You can do this for a presentation that's an hour long. You master your craft of communication so much to the point because it's based off of feedback on other people. It's based off of a lot of repetition. You gain this awareness that you will have a sharpened skill that no matter what you're saying, who you're saying it to, you can always be compelling regardless of whatever it is that you are sharing. So I hope this tip helped. Take the last four. We're in part 4 or 5 of mastering your story. If you missed any of them, go back into my YouTube, subscribe there as well too, and take a look at those and piece it together. On our 5th day, we're going to go over the final part to this, and I'm excited to share that final aspect. You put it all together, I'm telling you, you're going to have a recession-proof business skill here. You're absolutely welcome. If this did encourage you, like this, share this, and subscribe to my YouTube. I put this plus a lot of other cool content there that will definitely help you. And if you are also interested in more information about a business, I teach people business, but you might be someone here that's not in a business, or you might be someone here that wants to get into another business. I run an organization called the Warrior Movement. I train people with things like this in a fun, simple, professional way so that you can crush it in your business from a phone. If you're interested in more information on that, fill out the link in my bio. It's called Work With Me. Put in some information. I'd love to chat with you as well too. But keep on staying tuned with these conversations, and you're going to notice your skill levels go up crazy. All right, everyone. Other than that, appreciate you for being on. We'll see you on the next one. Warrior out.